Again, I'll leave a link down in the description below. But we're going to get into this thing, man. So the topic is about Kevin Gates, LeBron James, and Savannah James. All right? So let's go ahead and get into it.
Kevin Gates talking negatively about Savannah James. This is what he had to say about her. I'm going to probably cut it short, but this is the general sentiment of what he had to say.
This is how the conversation came up. We were just looking at like couples and people in the league. And we was talking about how LeBron do the little handshake with Savannah.
Right.
And then I was like, maybe I noticed shit that people don't notice. But I'm like, they was like talking about, what if you had LeBron money? I'm like, man, he one of the greatest players to ever play the game.
Right.
But I wouldn't want to trade places with him. And they was like, why not? Why you wouldn't want to play with him? I say, because I don't like the way Savannah look at LeBron. I like the way them white women look at LeBron. Like when soon as he walk out there, they just be like, oh, they be dicked out. But it's like I noticed when he go do the handshake with the main player on his team, which is that, it's like, you act like I'm bothering you, bitch. Like,
Right.
I'm the greatest player in the world, one of them. Like top 5, top 10, I'm one of them. And I'm in the playoffs. And you act like the warden of the jail. Like you came here to police me. Like you ain't, like, you not dicked out like these white women just dicked out about me in here. Like, so, like, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it, bro. Because when I've been around that dude just, his spirit so loving and giving, it hurt me. It hurt me to see that. Like, you done eject away from my partner, man. Don't do that, man. You dive on the floor behind that nigga, man. Dive on the floor behind him. But, you know, like, I know a lot of people gonna hate what I just said, but I'm gonna be honest, like, if everybody like me, then I'm pussy. So we can do whatever you want to do about it. I'm gonna die about everything I say. So I love LeBron and I hate that for him, bro. I hate that he gotta go through that. As a man, I hate that he gotta go through that, bro. In the playoffs. In the fucking playoffs. Your main player act like it just, you have a look on your face like, I could be doing more. What? Like, what more? Like, I loved you for you. Like, when I met you, you look like Lamar Odom. Like, babe, don't laugh at that. I'm not trying to be funny.
All right, peep game, man. I want to address something real quick. Did y'all hear that they call it the single women's or strong independent women's anthem? Was that a smoke detector going on? Y'all better be in an Airbnb or something like that. I hope he's not at his house or she's not, and you got a man around and that freaking smoke detector is going off. Yo, that's crazy work. So I'm gonna start off by saying this. I believe that two things can be true at the same time. Now, let me start off by first addressing, and I don't normally like to do this. I normally speak and talk about the mindset or whatever, but listen, we know and we understand, like, Kevin Gates, this is not a guy that you follow up. This is not a guy that you inspire to be like. You know what I mean? I don't know what his relationship and Drika, whatever, I don't know if that was his wife or his girlfriend or whatever. I don't know what the heck they got going on. But it seemed like, again, I don't really follow Kevin Gates or his wife like that, but from the outside looking in, from the few posts that I did see, she seemed like a nice young lady. I don't think we've ever heard anything about her stepping out on him or whatever. But, I mean, could this be him projecting? Maybe, him and Drika are not where they want to be because maybe she don't look at him like that. right? That could be the case. Now, I will say this. I think that wives should be protected at all costs, especially women like Savannah James. Fam, every guy on this planet will absolutely love. From the outside looking in, we don't know what, this young lady is behind closed doors, but for the entirety of LeBron's career, he's been with Savannah, and not once has she said anything or did anything to, be disrespectful towards that man. I think that she's been one of the best representations of what it is to be a wife to a man, hands down. Let me make sure I go ahead and clear that up. Now, all right, we done got that out the way. What I will say is, you need to understand, when you're in the public eye, people are going to, they're going to examine, and nobody, and I mean nobody, is free from judgment. Everybody's going to judge you. I don't give a damn how perfect you may be, how nice you are, how tall, how skinny. None of those things matter. People are always going to find a way to criticize you. So you got to be prepared for that. You got to have thick skin. Now, when it comes to Savannah James, now I did see one of those handshakes when, they were doing it, and it didn't look like, all right. So with that, and know and understand, because I've also seen a clip of a white woman looking at LeBron like, yo, I will devour, in a good way, not in that crazy stuff, but I would, listen, whatever you want me to, fully submissive and we know what comes along with women like that. I don't have to paint a picture. We already know what it is. So we understand it. But what I will say is, I believe that every guy wants his woman to always look at him like that, regardless if we've been together for 5, 10, 15, 20 plus years or whatever. If you rock with me, we best friends, we cool or whatever. I don't understand why you don't have a smile on your face when I'm approaching you, when we're interacting or whatever. Now, I understand, we engage in a conversation or whatever, but the biggest thing about going to those games is to be what? Supportive, right? All right, now let's go ahead and get into the rest of this clip, shall we? Y'all bear with me, man. Here we go.
Hey, you know what? I thought Gates was tripping at first. But when you really take a look at it, when you do look at Savannah, it seems like she's there more to chaperone versus to cheer her husband on. And listen, I know people like that. She don't want to go to be in flatteration of her man. She want to go to make sure.
In flatteration?
In flatteration, yes. And support.
There's like a pause in the middle. It's not one word.
But how about you pause your lips and show me what it means?
Pause this whole segment.
Yeah, and she not there to support most of the time in what it looks like. And Kevin Gates just saying hey man, damn, I hate to go through that. Well, my girl, she not here fully in support of me. She's here for other agendas. I understand what he's saying.
Why? Why can't a woman just love her husband and show support and show up for him and do all the wife things and there not be this? I don't see anything wrong with Savannah James doing anything that she's done. She just looks like a doting wife, and she's supporting her kids and her husband. I don't understand where any of this negative anything comes from.
Okay, so check this out. If Anton was with an ain't shit bitch, okay? And we listen, and we knew the spirit of Anton, and we knew how.
No. Listen, I understand why Quentin Smack said, don't use me. Listen, if I'm Anton, don't use me as no example. If it's not my actual real life, don't use me as an example. Use yourself or whatever. Or we speaking hypothetically or whatever, or just use Jane Doe, John, or whatever. Don't use me, fam, for real. I'm good over here. I'm married. I've been married. Don't use me.
great of a person Anton was. And then he was with a
Happily
horrible
married.
woman. And she was there only to make Anton's life harder. We'll have something to say about that. Like, damn, I wish Anton could have better in his relationship. Because he a great dude. That's all Kevin Gates saying.
That's fair.
Like, the
She's a great woman, though.
No, I'm not saying that's true. I'm not saying that she's not. I'm just saying when.
So how can he speak on? How can he speak on a woman negatively if she's actually a really great representation?
No,
of what women are supposed to do.
He's speaking on what he sees, and that's what's.
Why is a nigga?
That's not what he sees.
That's what he's trying to put out.
That's not what he sees, man.
Bro, I can see.
I think that Kevin is projecting.
I'm gonna be honest with you. So far, 2K is honestly making more sense, and I don't think people are really understanding or grasping what he's like putting down. Like, bro, I don't know this young lady personally, so I'm literally, like you guys, are speaking from the outside looking in. We don't know what's going on behind closed doors, because people can be putting on an image or whatever. We're saying, or he's saying, yo, when she interacts with LeBron or whatever, the least you can do is smile and act like you want to. And I'm not saying that Savannah James is a bad woman, and I don't think he is, and I don't think Kevin Gates is either. I don't think anybody is saying that, but we're just saying, like, when you look at that man, when you interact with that man, you know, at least have a smile on your face. That's not hard. That's not a hard ask. Even if you've been with somebody for 10, 15 plus years, a simple smile is, come on, man.
I think that at the end of the day, somebody who's been married, been together for a certain period of time, like, everything's not going. How many games has she been to? Like, she's been with him, she's done all this stuff with him. Everybody has their own way of visibly showing things in a relationship. And then here's the funny thing. He made it sound like, you know, I like LeBron. I feel bad for him. And let's use your example, 2K. Let's use Anton, right? So let's say that we think that Anton's wife is not treating him as well as he should be treated, and we feel so led to say something because we care that much about Anton. We should know that Anton, if we care that much, do we really think that Anton would want us to put our opinion out in the public about his wife like that? If he cared so much about LeBron, then why he didn't call him?
No. Listen.
Call him. Hey, is everything okay with you and Savannah? Because when she high fives you, she don't look like she appreciates you, and that you know that rips my spirit. No, he did it. He did it on a live in front of the world. Called his wife a man because he cares so much for LeBron.
No. I don't think they have a.
Yeah, and I think he's about to say it. But listen, man, what are you talking about? He didn't say that. He said she looked like Lamar Odom. Again, I definitely disagree with him 1,000% about looking like Lamar. But I think that this young lady is not making any sense at all. I don't think that Kevin Gates knows LeBron personally. He don't have his doggone number. Like, what do you? He again is literally just making an observation from the outside, looking in and saying, "Hey, listen." I'm just gonna speak based on him and Brittany Renner's situation, even though they haven't been together that long. They've, just been dealing with each other for a short amount of time that we've seen in the public eye or whatever. But I hate that for him. I would love for, Savannah James or whoever, he's with or whatever, to look at him the way that those other chicks on the outside look at him. Like, again, I don't see anything wrong with what 2K said. I don't see anything wrong with some of the things that Kevin Gates was saying, right? And again, two things can be true at the same time. Do I think that he was clout chasing? Do I think that he clout chased a lot? Absolutely. Do I think that Kevin Gates is the type of person that anybody should be following at any? Absolutely not. No. Not a person that you should follow up. But again, 2, 3 things can be true at the same freaking time.
Personal relationship. He just giving his insight on what it looks like. And that's what it looks like. I'm not gonna lie. When you see the white women, and when you see Savannah, she got a frown on her face.
And why do we
I don't
think
know
that
about
the
a
white
frown.
women are looking at him like that?
We already
Because
know.
they are in my.
They're ready to Me Too him.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's not
Yeah,
her
exactly.
husband. Like, random women are gonna look at people with clout different than a
Of
wife.
course.
What he's sitting on it.
Listen,
I just don't see how you. I don't see how you say that you feel for some. You even if you don't know him, I don't see how you say like I feel bad for him, and then you play his wife publicly like that. Those two don't match.
I ain't agree with that at the end, but I can feel for somebody because they don't. Listen. Even if you look at the way Brittany look at Kevin, she look at him like she genuinely happy for him to be around, and it got to be a good feeling.
Yep.
That's how Kevin Gates is saying
Even
is
if it's
that
temporary.
he want the same thing for LeBron.
Kevin Gates is confused.
Kevin Gates is on drugs or liquor making that video.
Kevin Gates ain't meaning that LeBron James ain't getting that feeling. It just don't look like that on camera.
No, it just Kevin Gates is clout chasing, man. He just wanted to say something. We're not about to let a nigga that sit up here, drink and smoke all day,
Kevin
say
Gates
something cool, and then we just gonna accept it.
Anymore, but still.
Oh, he don't?
He
Okay,
was on
cool.
something no more, but
Good for him.
Still,
he popped some
He
heat.
doing too much, man.
Him and Drake have put their marriage and everything in front of us for a long time. They spoke so much about it, and now he's moving all these different kinds of ways. I think that Kevin should focus on Kevin.
I don't think that the comment was needed or warranted, but I can't be mad at his observation because it was a true one.
Men pedestalize other men though. Like, she's been going to basketball games with him since high school. She's like, what, in her 40s at this point? Y'all kind of like will deride each other, and a man won't be as big of a deal to us because we're with him every day. He's a normal man.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
But to another guy, y'all will like deride and y'all will make it a bigger deal. That's her.
That the way that she's speaking about a man is not the way that a young lady should be viewing her husband, the person that she picked to spend the rest of her life with. She's talking about looking at him as just a regular guy. So let me get this straight, right? We want to champion, celebrate our queens, but a wife can't look at her husband as a king and celebrate him and smile, at least smile at him when you interact. It makes absolutely no sense. That's basically what she's saying right now. It makes absolutely no freaking sense, man. He's just a regular guy. No. LeBron James is nothing short of phenomenal when you think about everything across the board. Great basketball player. One of the greatest basketball players. I don't care what anybody says. One of the greatest. You want to put him in the top 5, top 10, top 15. If you look at based on stats, like, come on, man. We're not even going to go through all of that. When it comes to being a father, come on. When it comes to being a husband, for over 20 years. What are we talking about right now? A regular guy? No, this man should be celebrated. And again, I don't see anything wrong with it. The exact same thing goes for, again, women like Savannah James. I think that women like her should be celebrated. And the least you can do is smile at the person that you are married with when y'all are interacting with each other. Like, again, man, I'm so freaking lost for words because I'm trying to understand. Do they not realize the difference between a random person on the street versus your husband or your wife? The way that you treat them should be completely different from everybody else. Yes, those people, your wife, your husband, should be put on a pedestal, not viewed as just a regular person. Come on, man. This is crazy. She lost me with that one.
They have several children together. They've been together since high school. He is normal to her. Like, every day I have to look at you. I have to have like stars in my eyes constantly. And then it's like, so what? How she's looking at him. Y'all don't know what she could have wanted for her own life. And she gave everything up to be a basketball wife. Her life, her existence revolves around him and their children and being his wife. And y'all are mad because y'all don't like how she's looking at him.
Because of how she bats her eyes.
She's an amazing wife. So what? She don't look at him the way y'all would look at him as men. Like,
I see
Kevin Gates has to stop being sassy. That's
Shut your stupid ass up. Say that, folks.
that's
What? Sassy.
he wants to be Savannah
What is
is
this?
how I feel as a woman, because why do you care so much?
Listen, the way
My
Rita
goodness, bro.
look
This
at
is
Anton,
crazy.
I want that for Slimmy, and I want that for Diddy.
Yo, you can tell individuals like this with this type of mindset. I don't know this young lady personally. All right, so I always speak to the mindset. Is one of those people that probably sit around in an echo chamber all the time, talking to their friends or whatever and agree. Sassy? He wants to be Savannah? Come on, man. Again, I was rocking with, you know, some of the things that people were saying, some of the pushback, but come on, man. That makes absolutely no freaking sense, man. And I could just go ahead and go off the doggone the top or whatever and just, but I'm gonna leave it alone. But this is crazy work. She needs to stop that. That's crazy.
So is it wrong for me to say if she was frowning at Anton, I'll say I wouldn't want that for Slimmy and I wouldn't want that for Q Diddy?
How do y'all know she's frowning at LeBron? How do you not know she's just
No.
She might just be looking normal.
No, Molly, that's just the face she brings to the game. It's just pure observation. That's
What's wrong with? She's been going to games with him since high school.
What does that?
She's supposed to be excited for every game. It's been thousands of games.
I know
She has to
that,
be
Molly.
excited thousands of times.
LeBron
James
James cheated a lot.
Her kids are doing basketball. Like, she's probably basketballed out, but y'all so worried about how she smiles at LeBron.
No. It's not that. He's just saying, listen, I would want my homeboy to be embraced with this look from his girl because the level of
Because that's how he looks at LeBron. He googly eyes LeBron.
He's just giving you an observation.
Right, man. Come on.
From a man's perspective about how a wife should look at her husband.
He just
meanwhile, his marriage is all over the place. So you're sitting here with a thought. You're sitting here with a thought that's now, I guess, a Muslim, and your wife, or maybe she was your wife, is over here living her life on the side, and you're gonna tell LeBron and Savannah how their marriage should be working.
Yeah, I get it. But listen, if you pull up a picture of Brittany and Kevin Gates right now, the way she look at this nigga is like it's not another nigga on the fucking planet.
Facts.
I'm not impressed.
Might be temporary.
I'm not impressed. Brittany,
Might be temporary.
I'm not impressed. That's not a good example because
why do y'all care?
Both of them are in La La Land right now. So I'm not impressed with Brittany. I'm not impressed with Kevin. So that's not a good example. And quite honestly, anybody who's been married long enough knows that the way that I look at you in the moment is so much more. It's so much more than that.
I agree.
It is so much more than that. And I think that he is wishing, like, I think that Kevin is kind of reflecting back on his own situation. So maybe he felt underappreciated by Drika. I don't know. Maybe he wished.
Again, it's just speculation. It may not be, 1,000% accurate, but I can understand where she's coming from with that. It could be a possible chance that, the things that he's saying, it could honestly be just reflecting. And I do not agree. I mean, I do not disagree with that point at all. I can definitely see that. You know what I mean? Because when on the outside looking, we don't know what happened between him and Drika behind closed doors or whatever. But from the outside looking in, she doesn't seem like a bad person. Maybe a little nonchalant about a lot of things or whatever, which again I can see it. I can honestly, but I'm gonna let him continue.
He looked at him. I think that this is total projection.
Listen, all men want to be looked at. Even I don't give a fuck if I've been with you for 15 years and you've been a 1,500 game. I still want to be looked at by my woman like I'm a hero, not like I'm regular.
So she has to do that for the cameras just to appease you guys?
What? No, I want you to do it.
Jesus. Like, come on now. This is a regular human being. I have to smile and put on a show all day, every day.
And for all y'all know, she could have just tore it up in the car before they came inside the gym. Like, y'all don't know what they walked away from at home. We don't know what their whole situation is. It might have. Go ahead.
The thing that don't make no sense about this is it's teammates. It's teammates on the team. They might have a straight bare face when they dap up their teammate right before a game. A straight bare face. So we making an issue because this man's wife, one time out of a million times before a game, she was just probably like, okay, she ain't had the same emphasis on a handshake. Man, we not listening to niggas like this. That nigga's a weirdo, man. No, stop making this nigga's words gold, man. Stop making this nigga's words gold.
Listen, that's why I wish that LeBron didn't put up that. I wish that
He is
he didn't put up
definitely
that post.
That nigga's weird as fuck, man. We not letting this nigga. We shouldn't even be talking about this. The nigga clout chasing, like the shit.
Fair.
That shit, clout chasing like a mother. Man.
Listen, I just get what Kevin Gates saying. I'm not.
No.
And LeBron called him a peasant. LeBron don't care.
No.
And I agree. He don't care. Kevin Gates shouldn't have said the shit, and it don't matter to nobody. But I get what he's saying. It's understanding, having empathy. Okay, I understand what is being translated.
I don't, because that is Kevin Gates reminds me. Well, he is a weirdo, but he reminds me of a dude that's always seeking validation from other people.
Okay.
And people like that are dangerous because they'll do anything for clout. They'll do anything for women. That's the type of nigga that'll hate on you in front of your homeboy in order to try to dirty mac on you. That's the type of guy that I look at Kevin Gates is, bro. Never a nigga to be trusted. And I don't trust a nigga that'll knowingly wife up a chick that's for the streets. So
and so he could be the weirdo, but you can't lie like you don't, like you can't.
I think that Anton was speaking mother-loving facts. Everything that he was saying is completely true. But it still don't take away from all the points that we have made on up until this point, fam. It really does not. It doesn't. Again, do you trust somebody like him? No. Do you look up to somebody? Do we hold his words as gold? No. But again, if we just take it away from the Savannah James situation, I need for women to understand, right? I don't care, men and women. Like if you're with somebody, I think that over time, y'all connection and y'all bond should be growing stronger. That's the whole purpose of being in a relationship, is to build and to grow with each other. And like if that connection is not growing stronger and you're not getting a better understanding, because we know people change each and every day, absolutely, but I think that again, if you vet people correctly and your morals and your values and all those things, everything else pretty much like align, I don't understand why the heck your bond is not growing. If you're growing apart from somebody, then I'm honestly believing that vetting process was off. That's what I believe. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't think just because y'all done been together for 10, 20 plus years that, you know what I mean, like you grow tired of people. I don't get that, man.
Grasp an understanding of what he's trying to say.
It gotta have some merit to it, man. No. It gotta have some kind of merit.
Bro, I didn't just pull that out my ass. So it had to been some to it if that's what I got.
So 2K.
So you think out of the million times? So you would have had to watch them shake hands a million times to notice a small difference in the way she glanced at him.
No, bro. Even when I watched the game and they pan the phone, they pan the camera to Savannah. Savannah got this look, bro. Like
I've never listened. I watched NBA games.
That's not cap.
I have games on TV, bro. I've watched Lakers, I've watched Cleveland, I've watched a ton of. I don't think that I've ever actually seen them pan to Savannah James, bro.
My nigga, they definitely have.
I personally have never seen the NBA camera
But just say you ain't that game.
Savannah James. I may have seen like a clip on Instagram or something that somebody clipped up later that they show. I don't ever see anything hand to her personally.
Okay, I see.
I've seen a pan to her before,
I have,
especially during like
personally.
Like all-star games and stuff.
Yeah, all-star game don't count. But the reason I'm talking about a real game, and I think that part of the reason why I've never seen it is because I'm not checking for it.
Yeah.
I'm genuinely not checking to see what the interaction is between Savannah and LeBron James, bro.
It's not that you got to be checking for it. You can just look at her and be like, "Oh damn, she's stiff. She's stiff on the nigga."
But to me, she's more normal. Like when I see her and I don't see her.
Listen, you're supposed to act like you've been there before.
Exactly.
Of course the fucking white girls is gonna be sitting there googly-eyed because they trying to get his attention because they don't have his attention. And that is fake. No, that is absolutely fake. Listen, that is 2K. You know why you sound crazy right now?
I don't.
You know why you sound crazy?
I don't think you sound crazy
though. Because I don't.
Because the white girls that's googly-eyed is the exact same thing that we was just talking about with Shannon Sharp getting finessed.
Exactly.
Hold on.
And listen, I know, and I agree with, and like I was saying, since the jump or whatever, you know, that's the reason why I didn't really want to get into that, because I figured that everybody already knew what it was. The reason why those women are looking all googly-eyed and whatnot is because they're looking to be chose. They're trying to get picked. They're trying, they want to get his attention. We understand that. But again, what 2K is saying is you don't have to do all of that. You know what I mean? But the least you can do is smile. Like when we're interacting with each other. I'm not saying that you got to smile during the entire basketball game, but when I approach you, again, when they were doing their handshake or whatever, like, come on. Don't act like I'm getting on your nerves. And that's not too much to ask for. And I'm telling you, I don't know 2K person, but I believe that's what this young man is saying, and I agree with that 1,000%, as well as, I ain't gonna say I hate to say it because I don't like saying the word hate, but I got to agree with that guy on this, the other guy that was speaking or whatever. I can understand it, man. The least you can do.
I'm silly.
Anybody can get finessed by a chick that's googly-eyed.
I get it, Anton. Listen, I get it. And I like the fact that Savannah is stiff on a nigga. That means that, hey,
I don't think that she's stiff.
She definitely stiff. She don't look at things like.
No, she doesn't do it for y'all niggas that's watching on the camera.
Bro, Savannah is stiff on niggas. She don't lock eyes with no nigga when other basketball players come around. Her head is on the ground, on the phone. She's still.
Yeah, I mean,
that's what she's supposed to be.
I'm not talking about stiff on that. I'm talking about a completely different stiff. So we on a different page.
Exactly. She's supposed to be like that. That don't take away from what Kevin was saying, because if she looks still.
Wait, you talking about two different things though. I thought you was talking about. You was talking about like when they was giving each other that. I'm thinking like, what?
I did.
How we dripped into this?
I think it's the same thing.
Yeah, how we dripped into this? Like, of course she gonna look. She not. That's how she's supposed to be around other players. She ain't supposed to be looking at them and like all googly eyed and like she shouldn't even be friendly.
That could just be how she is. Like, that could be how her natural resting face is. Like, plenty of people will say to me, people even in the chat, when I'm up here, when I'm researching, they'll be like, smile, Carrie. When I went to Hampton coming from the north, everybody be like, smile, smile, smile. And nothing's wrong with me. That's just
Carrie. I agree. But they do not take away from what Kevin Gates sees. That might be her natural risk.
It absolutely does.
No. Listen, bro, if I see a girl over here, she look like this, that don't mean that her situation not happen. He still see this, and LeBron is still happy with his wife, and his wife still happy with him, but that's still what Kevin Gates seen.
Yeah, but we don't look at life through the eyes of Kevin Gates, because Kevin Gates
but that don't take away from what he
It does, because weirdos see things differently than the regular normal human beings, bro.
again, I do not disagree with what most of them was saying. But what 2K was basically saying that 3 things can be true at the same time, right? And yes, Kevin Gates can be all of these different things or whatever, regardless if it's coming from Kevin Gates or this man or the next man. If you point something out at me and I look at that thing and it makes sense, then we're gonna call a spade a spade. Like, yeah, I don't rock with that. I don't think that, that should be, how you should interact with your significant other. Or if you do, you need to understand that not just Kevin Gates, but other people can see something wrong with it and they can give their opinion on it. Again, it's not saying that these things are true because, again, we do not know what goes on behind closed doors with these individuals, these celebrities, or even people that are walking down the damn street. We don't know. But you cannot think that people are not going to throw their opinion out there. And again, once we get that information, we process it. And if it makes sense, you can either agree or disagree. And when it comes to most of the things that I heard 2K say, I'm not going to say I agree with most of the things that Kevin Gates will say, because I do believe that. Do I believe that he clout chases a lot? Yes. Do I believe that he was clout chasing with most of these things that he was saying? Absolutely. Going to the game, because he did go to the game and show up on the floor seat and have floor seats or whatever. Is that clout? I do believe that he was absolutely clout chasing for whatever reason. We don't know, right? But it still doesn't take away the fact that if you are interacting with your husband or with your wife, the shoe is on either foot. If you are sitting there either frowning or looking like you don't want to be bought, then yes, people, if a camera is going to be around and people see these things, people are going to have an opinion about it. You can't get upset when people do, especially when it looks like that this person is guilty of whatever it is that these people are saying. Anyway, I want to hear from y'all. What do you guys think about this entire situation, man? This Savannah, Kevin Gates, LeBron James situation. I wanted to do like a separate video, but I figured why not go ahead and just do a quick little deep dive while we were out here. I'm gonna go ahead and get my little workout in before I gotta link up with my parents and whatnot. But in the meantime, between time, y'all be blessed, y'all be beautiful, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Blueberry, Burberry, button-up, tan skin, mixed race, buttercup, Canada weather, got a bundle up. I'm tryna work, she hit my phone, she wanna, whoa, too bad was you know they